But an important thing is to know what kinds of manipulation tactics there are out there. And so there, I'm going to list out a couple of different strategies or tactics for manipulation so you could spot them better. One is reality distortion, also called gaslighting. This is the one you probably know, or probably hear about more these days. But that is intentionally undermining someone else's reality or memory um, in order to gain power over them, right? Usually it's talked about in a romantic context, but that is just, it's really making the other person feel like they don't trust. Sorry, I'll say that again. It's making the other person feel like they can't trust their own judgment or perception or memory. And so they have to rely on you, the manipulator, the gaslighter, for what to do, for like a sign of, truth or, a guiding post, right? So it's like, it's it's really affecting the way you trust in yourself. So that's one form of manipulation is gaslighting. And I have, I talked about that in a whole episode, so I won't delve into that too much. But another strategy is dominance, also monitoring and isolation. So in there's one category of manipulation tactics that is all about controlling the other person, getting power over the other person, being like their manager and like really keeping watch over all their movements and behaviors. Um, Usually that's blocking them from everyone else, right? Like cutting them off, cutting you off from other your friends, or, other sources of support, family. I see that happen usually when it is really sneaky, right? It's really manipulative where someone would say, hey, they don't like, your family doesn't like me, but I think they're all crazy and I think that they're really not good for you. Right. So you sow the seeds of doubt in the person's mind, the victim's mind, until they maybe pull away from their own sources of support. So that's like isolation. But there's other ones that are like all about surveillance and monitoring. Even the ones I see commonly, and unfortunately I see this in both men and women, is tracking phones, looking at phones, asking someone, where have you been? Telling them where they can go, where they cannot go. And the funny thing is that even as I'm saying it, it's more clear. You recognize it better if it's someone who's like, authoritative, right? They go, you need to only hang out with, you never can hang out with the opposite sex, right? That's like, it's obvious domination. But people can be dominant from a vulnerable place, right? So they could say, it makes me insecure. It makes me jealous when you hang out with the opposite sex. So if you want to show me that you love me and make me feel calm, right? I want to know I want to know where you are at all times and I want to see your phone at all times. Right. So that is actually a form of manipulation because it's using the person's love and wanting to care for you as, against them in order to like limit their autonomy. So that is dominance and monitoring.